Happy birthday to me. Hello everyone, welcome back to Jacqs and thank you for joining me for our fifth and final video in the Crafty Birthday Countdown series. And today we will be creating this, a little mini top hat. I love it and I'm excited to share that with you. But before I do, I just wanted to say thank you all for joining me over the last 5 days and longer. But I loved conversing with you in the comments. It felt like you were here with me and celebrating my birthday these last few days, and that really touches my heart, and I thank you for that. I also want to remind you that you need to comment on each video and like each video and be a viewable subscriber so that you can be entered into the giveaway. You have till May 28th to enter. Then we will do a draw for a giveaway, and we are doing the loaded box, which I did on day 4, and I will give an option for a gift card. So all right everyone, let's get started. So as I mentioned earlier, this is what I created for our project today. It is a mini top hat, and I kind of did it like the Mad Hatter style with the in this style 10/6. Love that. I made a little tag there, added this little item. I don't even know what it is. I think I found it in the wedding section maybe at Hobby Lobby, but I thought that looked really cute there. This is made out of paper, not fabric. I did add bling to it, and this is adhesive gems from the Dollar Tree, believe it or not. I added 2 rows here, a row here, and then also a row underneath. And I curled up the edges just a little bit so that you could get that, you know, curve from the top hat. And I added tulle to the bottom here. I wrapped it around and tied a knot in the back, and then I added another layer of tulle, but it's in a shorter, and it has a little bow on the back. That little bow is so adorable. And then I have my little feather here. So I like the bunchiness of the tulle in the back, and I believe his hat is kind of tied like that as well. The Mad Hatters is who I'm talking about. And then this little strip here is from Fairy Tale Dreams DCWV. And of course, the gray lace, which I am loving, is Wedding Day by DCWV. So I created a tutorial to construct the hat. I, again, did not include decorating. But if you would need to see that, let me know. But this is it. This is my little birthday hat for today. I am so excited about it. I hope you enjoy it too. And now on to the tutorial. So for my birthday, I decided to create a mini top hat. I've always wanted to do that. And I was able to find a pattern online, and it's from A Fleece Fun. I will have them linked down below. They have patterns from mini all the way up to a large size, and I printed out the pattern for the mini top hat. This is one of the patterns, and here is the second pattern. Now, if you are going to make this with felt or fabric, you definitely want to follow the dark line and the dotted line, because what happens is the darker line gets cut and folded over onto the circle, as well as this one and that one. And that's not what we're doing today. We are doing a paper mini top hat. So I will be following the dotted lines for the patterns that I'm doing today. So the first thing we need to do is cut out our patterns. Okay, I have everything cut out. Now remember, I cut this down to the dotted line because I'm not going to be working with fabric. I'm going to be working with paper, and I only cut one of these. This is the wall, the top of the top hat, and this is for the brim of the top hat. It says to cut 2. Again, I'm only cutting 1. I just don't think it's necessary when you're doing a paper top hat to have 2. We'll see. And then I cut out the mini top hat. It says to cut out 1. And I did leave the a 1/4 of an inch, the black line circle, because what I'm thinking I'm going to do is go ahead and make those lines and glue that to the inside of the hat to where it would be, you know, something like this. Just randomly, and then fold these to adhere to the hat. That's the idea. Okay, anyways, that's our pattern. So now that I have that all figured out, what we need to do is take our top hat brim pattern, and we're going to lay that out onto our lace paper. That's what I'm going to be using for the base of the hat. You can do a circle around and then cut the circle out, but I thought it might be easier to just cut out a block, glue it on, and then cut it out, because then you have the pattern to go along with. And then that way there's no room for error. We'll also need the other pieces cut out as well. So I'm going to do the same thing. All right, so I'm going to go offline and cut these out. I will be adhering them down. So this will get glued to the underside and then cut around. Okay? And that way for all of them. Now I'm just going to go ahead and make the cuts up to the dots. I don't have any specific spacing that I'm using. Now we'll bend these back to get them prepared to go on the top of the hat. Looks like a big bottle cap. Now what we need to do for this particular piece is add on the other side of the pattern paper to this side. So making like a sandwich. Okay? Again, I'm just going to cut some out here and glue it on. So this is the brim of our hat. Okay, now we have all the pieces that we need to construct the hat. The first thing we want to do is start to curl the long piece, because this is going to get curled around, and that creates the top part of the hat like this. Okay, so I've been like rubbing it on the edge of my desk to try and get it to curl. We're going to go in about 3/8 of an inch here. think I'll go ahead and put my glue. I was going to use hot glue, and you certainly can, but I'm going to try it with just the regular art glitter glue and see if this will work. So you're going to pull this around and then align it top and bottom, and you're going to have to hold it or use clips, whatever you might have. I have clips somewhere, but I think I'll hold this. I'll be right back. So this is all dried now, and it's holding together really well. I'm impressed by that. So I've been kind of working with these little tabs, pushing them in. And the idea is that you could add glue to the inside of the rim and then add this piece to it by making sure all the little tabs are on the inside, pushing this down in there. It's a little tricky, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so then once you have it in, you could go on the inside and use your bone folder or scissors or whatever and kind of push this up, push the little tabs against where the glue is. Then you would be securing the little flaps to the glue. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to show you. And then you would have your top on. Now, when I see that, it doesn't look very pretty, but the thing is, we will be adding decorative pieces to this. So, you know, maybe it doesn't need to be pretty around the rim. Another way you could do it is take this, you know, on your decorative paper, trace it around, and then cut it out. And then put that on top. You would be putting glue on the top of the rim instead of on the inside. So there's two ways that you can do that. I'm going to go ahead and do it the way I had anticipated working, because I am going to be putting a bling or something around the top, so I don't think it's really going to matter. You could also put your fingers in there, I just realized, because it's a mini. So the inspiration that I received from Fleece Fun actually does have a video that can walk you through using a no-sew method, but even when they do it, they're using felt, and it's still different than using paper. Okay, I think it's all good to go. Wow. All right, so here is another tricky part, and that would be to figure out the center and put and glue this down. Now, when I glue this down, I probably will use hot glue and maybe even regular glue just to make sure that it is secure. All right, we'll give it a go. I'm going to add this first and see if that works. It's going to be really hard to get it around the rim. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this down. I would love to hold this up, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Okay, I'm gonna leave it be. Okay, so there we have our little hat. It's all together. I did put a little bit of hot glue down there just to kind of secure it, and I'll probably be adding a little more when I add decorations. Again, I won't be doing a tutorial on decorating because I just think it extends the video. But that's it, everyone. I hope you liked that. Thank you for joining me for this mini top hat tutorial.